Okay, Hallie, this is for you and for anybody else who may need this for a bit of support. Treat this like it's a puzzle. So we've got our rules of our puzzle here, and we just need to play by these rules. The most important thing is we need to understand what these rules are meaning. So LDD means load whatever the contents is into the accumulator. So we've got contents here, contents here, contents here, here. The accumulator is this column here. So the first instruction says load whatever's in 100, which is 20, and put it into the accumulator, which is here. Nice and simple. We then add 102. Now the rule for add means we're going to add the contents of that register address. So in this case it's number 1. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add 1 to whatever's in the accumulator, which is 20. So it's going to give us 21. 20 plus 1 is 21. We're then going to STO 103. STO means put whatever's in the accumulator. So every time it means put whatever's in the accumulator, whatever's in the accumulator, in this case it's 21, and put it into, in this case, address 103. So 21 goes in here. We then do LDX100, and this is index addressing. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the address plus so we're going to take the address, which in this case is 100, and we're going to add on whatever's in the index register. So inside the index register is number 1, so that's going to give us the sum 101. So we've got 100, which is from here, and we've got the index register for 1. We add them together because that is what LDX is saying. Combine them both together, so it's going to give us 101. But LDX then says copy the contents of this calculated address to the accumulator. So it's basically saying now we've got 101, move that into the accumulator. So 101. So my fault. It's not going to be 101. That is 101. I am correct. But the contents of 101, so let's find 101, is 100. So it's that what we put into the accumulator. 100. So LDX combines this address with this index register, gives it 101. We then find 101, get the contents value, and put it into the place where it needs to go. We then come across add again. So we add whatever's in 100, which is 20, to whatever's in the accumulator, 100. So it's 120. So we've done that now. So we're now here. CMP, which means compare the contents of the accumulator. So in the accumulator we've got at the moment 120. And it's saying compare it with the data we've got in 101. So 101 is 100. So 120 versus 100. That's what we've done. Now, JPE is if they match, if it's true. JPN is if this comparison was false. Well, it isn't true, they don't match, so we're not going to do JPE. JPN, on the other hand, is what we need to do. So we're going to jump to 59. 59 then says we're going to increment the index register. So that's going to be really simple. Now, basically, along a journey, we've done numbers 56. So I'm going to write it in here. We've done 57. We haven't done 58 because it jumps to 59. So we're now on 59. And 59 says we've got to increment the contents of our index register. Now inc means always add 1. So our index register now is going to be the value 2. But we're not done there. It now says LDX 98. So we know that LDX means indirect index addressing. So it's going to be 98, which is the address there, plus the index, which is now 2, which equals 100. And remember, we need to then put it into the accumulator. So at 60, we've got address 100. Now 100 has the value 20. So in the accumulator, it's 20, what we put in. Okay, we now add 101. So, as before, adds the contents of 101. So the contents of 101 is 100. Plus whatever's in the accumulator, which is 20. That's going to give us 120. So for 61, the accumulator now, because we add it to the accumulator, is 120. (62), which is here, is output. So we output whatever's in the accumulator. In the accumulator at the moment, it is 120. So we go to our output table, we find 120, and it's X. So as is a character, I'm going to put speech marks around it. Oops, put it in the wrong space, my bad. X. And then finally, 63 is end, but I still noted it there. I want you to now try and do your own one, see how you do. Let me know if you want me to do a video again explaining how the answers came about for your next one. Try a few of these because some of them are slightly different. If you ever need some help, let me know and I can explain it for you. I hope this helped.